Welcome back. Now, Ben Samuel, the friend of the suspect, now deceased, Andrew Amechi Ocheko, is coming for Harrison from all angles. Currently, he has Harrison Gwamnishu by the balls, if I dare say, because he is making some damning analysis and critiques against Harrison Gwamnishu and his conduct and the role he allegedly played in the arrest and subsequent unaliving of the key suspect in the missing girls case, i.e. the case of Celine and Afiba. And it is unfortunate these two girls still haven't been found. This case has traveled more than 2 months and we are in the 3rd month and still these girls are not found. My heart breaks honestly when I have to see all these back and forth between people who primarily showed themselves as being in this case for these two girls, but over time it seems that they may have swayed a bit to engage in certain things. But well, some will say all in all it's still good for the case, because if there are bad nuts involved in the investigation, certainly they would have to be weeded out. But Ben Samuel has said a lot. Some of them are quite damning, attacking Harrison, calling him a fraud, and a whole lot of things. But before I will get into it and break down what he said, let's first go and watch exactly what he said himself in his video with regards to the conduct of Harrison Gwamnishu and his team as far as the case of Celine and Afiba are concerned, and by extension, how his friend Andrew Ocheko Amechi was arrested in Nigeria and eventually ended up being unalived at the hands of the police, allegedly. Let's go and hear Ben Samuel and I'll come back with my 2 cents.
If you think I'm lying, watch this. You know the guy where they go identify Andrew for Benway. You get one guy where say this big head for grand. That guy where talk that word as he did identify him body for grand. That guy they work for Harrison. If you hear the statement, or listen to the statement now.
Marvelous, can you remove your face mask? Okay. Thank you. Marvelous, you were at Abia State Police Command to see Andrew Ocheko.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you confirm to me that the person you saw here today at the mortuary in Benue State is Andrew Ocheko?
Yes, it's confirmed. You saw the bastard there. Confirmed. Very useless man.
Okay, so this person here is Andrew, right?
Yes, sir.
My brother, the person you have seen on video, pictures, is it the same person you saw here?
Exactly.
Any difference?
No.
Even with the big head, everything.
Everything.
Okay, you confirm that this
Yes.
man here
Lashes,
is Andrew.
everything.
Okay. All right, guys. So we are still in Benue State. All right. I'm going to show you the video of Andrew the day he was killed. The pictures and videos of Andrew the day he was killed. All right. I'm going to show you the videos and picture. Okay.
Harrison, they ask the guy, say now the guy where you go see for police station be this. If they ask that guy, say whether not the guy where you go see for police station for whom I have be this, the guy say yes, see him big head. That guy where they talk so, now Harrison Walker, they do the same charity together. You they see the clothes wearing wear. Now Harrison, so in don't go already, go identify Andrew. Harrison go contact the squad. Where come the day where they release Andrew? Come pick Andrew up, say Abuja say make it then come. Harrison say I ain't write the petition. So Harrison hand was in it from the beginning. Harrison said I ain't write the petition, make they transfer the case. Harrison sent in staff, make it go identify the guy. So those police know the day where they release the guy on the 22nd. Those police can't go there, go pick Andrew from Umahia. As they carry Andrew, say na Abuja say make they bring Andrew. They no carry Andrew go Abuja straight. Why Harrison staff go identify suspect for jail for Umahia? Why Harrison staff go Umahia, go identify suspect first? Why? Because as you see, in they identify him for body here, say now the person where they pipe this, he say yes. Now Harrison come they talk, say, you know, no ever see him again, he don't go forever. He don't go forever. So make una they add 1 and 2 together, make una know what they happen. Harrison no they do any philanthropist. Harrison a hustler. Person way broke, no they do philanthropist. Una know it, I supposed to know him. If they do charity, who charity they do? And Harrison, your staff don't call me. Thank you for sharing my number. One of your ex-staff don't call me. They say, Una, all this Una they do. Una, the guy use the mouth talk him. He say, they do him like the way Pastor the package miracle. He said, bros, you are right. When they see my video for Insta blog, now the guy call me, say, I don't work with Harrison. Now packaging will they do. All those charity where they say with the video, now packaging will they do. He said, now packaging will they do. Harrison a fraud. Una no. Now fraud, that, go watch him face now. Body language is there. Body language is there. The guy go collect money, cash from police hand. Cash. He go collect cash where they pay. Where be say the POS man, the police will collect the money. All of them supposed to be in jail. Harrison go collect cash. Now they ask that question. Now they ask that question. Nigerians, thank God.
So there you have it. And on this particular issue, there are some bits of it I would actually agree with Ben Samuel to an extent. I have mentioned that in my previous video, and I'll get there when I get there. But then, basically, Ben Samuel is calling Harrison Gwamnishu a fraud. He's actually indicating that Harrison Gwamnishu is in on the whole thing, and that basically he's doing this for money, and that Harrison Gwamnishu is a hustler. Now, let's just toe that line a bit. Let's play the devil's advocate and see if there is a possibility that could be true. First of all, per what I'm hearing about the approach of Harrison Gwamnishu, it's been alleged that he is doing this as a human rights activist. But then it's also been confirmed by the brother of one of the victims, that is Afiba, that their family actually paid money to Harrison to go and find their missing sister. There are rumors that the family of the second girl, Selin, also paid money to Harrison Gwamnishu to go and find their missing girl. Now, some would say, yeah, he would have to move around, he would have to engage logistics and personnel, and that takes funding. Rightly so, it's understandable. But then, some would also say then it's not a philanthropic gesture in itself as it's being seen or as he is being tagged as doing, but rather it's more like a business venture, sort of a journalistic private eye sort of thing. And both arguments hold depending on the points that you would put across. Because first of all, he can't get up even if he says he's a humanitarian or human rights advocate. He just can't get up and start working. He would need to engage logistics. He would need to engage personnel. He would need to leverage with stakeholders. And that takes funding, even moving from one location to the other, amongst other things. So unless he has a big fund or someone funding him, he will definitely need somebody to fund his endeavors as far as specific cases are concerned. So if you are coming for them to go and pursue your case, then it would make sense to an extent that you should be prepared to pay for their service. But then the other leg of the argument is, how much are people paying? Is it that they are paying enough just to cover overheads as far as the work of Harrison Gwamnishu and his team are concerned with regards to cases they decide to take up? Or people are paying exorbitant sums which exceed the cost of overheads Harrison Gwamnishu would require and begin to look like they are profiting from the cases that people are suffering? I'm not privy to the specific sums that Harrison Gwamnishu allegedly took from these families, so I can't take a side in this analysis. I'll sit on the fence. As far as it's still being said, Harrison Gwamnishu is a human rights activist and he's pursuing this case. If you have a different view or you have something else that corroborates what Ben Samuel is saying, just leave it in the comment section. But then, Ben Samuel goes on to talk about the fact that the guy who confirmed the demise of Andrew Ocheko in the first video that came out showing the remains of Andrew Ocheko is a staff of Harrison Gwamnishu. And this is where I personally have a problem. And I cited this in one of my previous videos on the passing of Andrew Ocheko in this case, that I felt that it was very, very bad and very, very poor and unfair to the family and the dignity of Andrew Ocheko that even in his death, this guy stood over his remains and called him a bastard. I felt that was below the belt. To me, it reeked of a personal sentiment. It was as though he had something against him. I haven't been able to establish that through my research, but it felt like either he was so disgusted by Andrew Ocheko or he had something personal against him. But either way, I don't think that it was right for him to pass that comment and even go on to denigrate him further by talking about him having a big head and that it is him. And again, I was asking myself, why is he the person confirming the demise of a suspect in a criminal case? Where was the police? I felt that the remains of Andrew Ocheko were not theirs to take footages of and circulate on social media. That is my personal opinion. I believe they should have respected the dignity of the dead and the family of the deceased. At worst, the police may have been in a better position to find a way to confirm to the general doubting public that Andrew Ocheko Amechi has passed on and provide a form of evidence that corroborates what they are saying and does not leave any doubt from the people. But to leave it to a private citizen who is on a, in quotes, philanthropic mission alongside the police on this case, to be the one to be disclosing these things and taking footages of his remains, and his staff demeaning the remains and dignity of this guy, I felt that it was out of place personally. And I believe that there is something going on. I believe there are elements in this investigation that are in it for themselves. I'm not sure who it is, whether it's Harrison Gwamnishu himself or some members of his team or Ben Samuel or other people in the police. For the police, some of them have already been picked up. There's one who stole a phone during the investigation, and it begins to beg a question about the conduct of the police. I'm coming up with a second video where Harrison Gwamnishu was live with another gentleman, one BU, and he is talking about nobody should focus on what Ben Samuel is talking about with regards to the conduct of the police. I disagree with him so much, but I'm going to get into that in my next video, because the conduct of the police is key in finding these girls. Now, do you even believe these girls are going to be found at all? Because it's almost 3 months, and as far as I've been following, I haven't seen any major breakthrough in this case. The only major breakthrough that ever came up was when Andrew Amechi Ocheko was picked up. But after he was unalived in the custody of the Nigerian police, it doesn't seem like anything has come up again that even begins to give hope of a possible chance of finding Celine Indodim and Abigail Afiba Tando. Would they ever be found? Well, I am still hopeful, and I pray that we are all hopeful and vigilant and prayerful towards a positive outcome. Subscribe if you are yet to do so. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'll catch you on the next one.